Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. Blackheart, signing black in again, asking you to hit that share button because the message is more important than the messenger. This message is all about game. I've said this before. The tightest game is women's game. They have normal men in the strongest economies of the world, underestimating our own value to women universally and globally. They have the normal man in the West thinking he's the last man that any attractive woman would want to sleep with, let alone not cheat on. They have the normal man in the West thinking that every other man can get it except him. They had us wondering in our young years how to get even a normal woman to be with and stay with us. And they got us to accept that attractive women just would not. But they also got us to not talk to each other about this so that nobody would know the games that were being played on all of us. This way we would accept thinking that no other man was going through the same thing and not discuss it, not discover that they had been dealing with the same things, so that we would then just assume that attractive women just won't be with us, let alone stay with us and not cheat on us, and that is our fault somehow, despite the fact that even normal women would not tell anyone what she really wants anyway. This is game. Game is why a man must pay for access when he tricks, but he must also pay a so-called pickup artist to teach him how to get results without tricking. Then pay her too. Just a little bit more sophisticated of a manner. And pay her more than the guy she actually wants, who doesn't have to pay much, if anything. Game is why the reverse pimp, called the pickup artist, collects from the man to teach him how to appeal to the women that are going to, if they have not already become desperate in the first place, and themselves are paying matchmakers. Game is why these women can't look the part and behave with men who look as good as they do, as if those men have any value. Game in a nutshell is why it is that a woman that's a 7 cannot behave like the man that's a 7 is in fact a 7. Nobody forced her to, because they were under the spell of her game and her friend's game. You see, game only works because they're all in on it. Even the ones to whom we're related. Game is why she can be a 4 and confidently demand a 9 even when she never finds one at all for more than a booty call. Game is how they convince all men that they have fewer options than we really have. Until, of course, we travel. We can't beat them at that game until we have options they don't, and those options aren't in the West, the strongest economies of the world. They can never be until it goes back to the Stone Age. Take your passports and skills to where decently attractive women can behave like you mean something and bend over your couches and not put you in debt or in prison in exchange for it. Go to where the women's happiness doesn't rely on the men's unhappiness, as a study showed to be the case. Go to where your DNA isn't treated like it's inferior just because you aren't a flying bulletproof extraterrestrial with a tight costume on. Go where charm is sufficient, but game, meaning deception, is not the prerequisite to win an overgrown girl who just told you that she's tired of the same old games and just wants an honest, good man to settle down with, like you have always been before you got game, stood up, lied to, and even cheated on by someone who sounded just like her, looked just like her, had the exact same tattoos as her, wanted to make the same fashion statements as her. That she's so unique while she sounds just like everyone else. And this is why I say to Western women, F your game and F what you want. And this is why I'm going to tell your younger brothers, cousins, nephews, sons, and grandsons to say the same, and I will not accept your protest, no matter what they are. Game is over. Step by step. I know because I'm one of those that's going to see to it. I did not write this to address the ladies. I wrote this to address you men. Join me in making sure that game is over. Charm is fine, but game is lying. Blackheart, signing blackout. Assalamu alaikum in black, male, power, just 'cause she don't like it.